Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And Jacob Wild, too.
And welcome to Tiki's Universe, the show where we discuss a whole myriad of current animated programming that we are currently very behind on because we haven't done Tangled yet and it's been out for like a month. So sorry about that, but folks, we are here to talk about Samurai Jack Season 5, Episode 8, Roman numeral 99. I'm just so relieved that next episode is just C and then CI. It's like, okay,
was
thank
XCIX or God knows
right.
Right.
Okay, so I am just going to give a blanket statement about this episode, like a thesis statement.
Okay.
This is the closest that Samurai Jack will have to a straight up Lady and the Tramp episode.
I think you're kind of right with that.
I mean, it's like we are this close. We are like a razor thin edge away from getting a straight up like spaghetti scene. You know what I mean?
If they were in any other marketplace, we might have gotten a spaghetti scene. But as we see, the side effects of the food in this marketplace are not ideal.
Concerning the end of this episode, I think we skipped straight past the spaghetti scene.
Right? Oh God! Oh boy! Oh boy!
It's like there was a strand that was about a 20-minute strand that was invisible throughout the episode, and then it paid off.
Yes, like they were definitely. Okay, I'll save it for the end.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a really fun episode. To be honest with you, I'm pretty sure it's my least favorite of the season, just because it feels kind of just like filler. Like, all right, Jack and Ashi are on a like, yeah, it's character building. Yeah, it's sort of like getting them to this place, but I feel like we could have gotten them to this place with a little bit more substance. But it's fun, you know what I mean? It's just a fun, good time. You have Phil Lamar giving just a hilarious delivery of just like awkward clumsiness, like, oh, is the temperature rising in here? Oh, sorry, I did not mean to touch your hand with my hand. Oh, wasn't that funny when we did it? You know, it's just like all kinds of like awkward, just funny delivery. It's like a madcap 1940s romantic comedy.
I'm in agreement with you, Dig. This one would probably be low in the totem pole for the ranking. Not because it's bad, just because, yeah, you're right. I think you're absolutely hit on the head, Dig. This one very much is like what was kind of set the season apart from the previous seasons of Samurai Jack, aside from a myriad of other reasons, would be that this season, interestingly, has like a great connecting thread. Like we do forward our story, and we do kind of connect to each. We build and connect to each one. Where the ending of last episode, which I really loved, was okay. Now we're off to the face Aku, and then well, we're not explaining how this is getting us to Aku at all. I mean, we can assume it's getting us to Aku, but it's not talked about at all. It feels very much like fillers to kind of bond Jack and Ashi together, which is good, but at the same time, really just taking us away from the story.
But like I said, they have a lot of adorable moments. Like I said, I think my favorite moment of the whole episode is like when they're, when they're touching hands, and then Jack's just like, "Oh, wasn't that funny when it just happened and our hands almost touched, but they did not touch."
Well, let's get Jacob's view on the episode again broadly with that broadly before I kind of fire into some stuff I want to mention. Jacob, what do you kind of feel on that overall?
I just kind of have to go with you guys. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like this episode for a lot of reasons, but though admittedly it does kind of feel a bit forced.
I'm with Jacob there. It's like it's a perfect kind of connecting thing. About series.
But don't get me wrong, I still love the episode. I'm just
I'm sorry.
Okay, good. Sorry, go ahead. You might be able to articulate it better.
Well, what I was just feeding into your thoughts there was just I feel I'm really mixed on the episode personally. I'm not saying that Jacob's mixed on the episode. I'm mixed on it for the reasons I think Jacob's bringing up here. That a lot of elements do feel forced, and that is kind of taking me out of it. And I think some of the humor may not be my taste. Some of it feels un-Jack-like, and some of it. I'm not just going to say like anytime we do comedy in kind of this more edgy season, that's taken away from it.
All right, you know what? I'm sorry, Dragon. I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off. I straight up do not like any of the nudity in this episode.
Well, Well, I was going to build to that, but yeah, sure. Yeah.
No, let's not build. Let's be frank here. Let's be frank. I really, for as awesome of a character as Ashi is, Dragon, I love the Ashi character specifically because of the development we've gotten of her, of seeing her point of view change through time and seeing her come to admire Jack and the things he's done. None of what I like about Ashi. I mean, yeah, sure, she's a very attractive woman. Yeah, but the things we like about Ashi as a character are, like I said, very internalized. So I don't know, man. It's just, there is something, I don't mean to sound like, like a soapbox or whatever, but there is something that kind of rubbed me the wrong way about having this character that we built up to be so, independent and awesome, kind of just resorted to like, oh, look, she's nude. Isn't that funny?
See, this is what basically that scene does feed absolutely into kind of the overall flow of the episode for me. Is that it feels very fan servicey in places. I don't like the fan servicey methods of wigging Jack out during battle. I don't kind of these fan servicey methods of doing that. I mean, I like how basically that kind of shows the divide here where I'm at in the episode. Is that in the opening scene, I love how they're we're showing the attraction to Ashi mid battle, like the real cutesy thing where while they're fighting the awesome kind of Green Tiger letter guys.
Well, let me get to it.
When we kind of get that awesome scene, which is so Winter Soldier-esque to me. I just really loved it. It's the whole, that realization, okay, we're surrounded by people that want to kill us. Or people want to, fight us. Because initially I thought it was going to be robbers. They were going to try to pickpocket them, but then, oh, God, it was even worse and more awesome. And they did kind of like the Adam West Batman, where they have, Penguin had henchmen have goon written on the shirt.
Right.
And we did like kind of the sort of the onomatopoeic thing where it's like, whoa, they keep spelling out letters. I thought that was great. I saw such a cool action scene. It makes a bunch of great little homages in there while still being kind of this, again, visually, I think the marketplace, again, I think it's at a place as in how we get here and what purpose this serves, but it looks really cool. Like this giant camel ferry shuttle thing is a really cool idea.
Yeah. It very much kind of reminds me of Tatooine in a way.
Yeah, it is somewhat kind of Mos Eisley-esque.
I like the lighting. I like kind of the, like the beams of sun going through in the dark space.
Yeah. And yeah, like this visually, the scene's great, and this in the opening of the scene kind of connects to the nudity thing, where these are the jokes that really aren't grabbing. They feel either fan service or really like kind of tongue in cheek of, oh, we're really kind of going, we're trying to insinuate a dirty joke, and of course later on getting less subtle with it, where it's the poking me gag. The sort of poking, we're doing some insulting tropes here. It's like, okay, you can find in a close space, usually a subway of some kind, and hey, someone's poking me. And doing it with Jack, I didn't crazy. I wasn't crazy about that.
I saw that in like every mid 2000s Michael Cera Jonah Hill movie. You know what I mean? It's like that's like super bad humor right there.
It's here. It's an anime. It's a bad anime trope. That used a lot, and I don't like them kind of pulling from that.
I'm sorry, Jacob. Jacob, do you have anything to say?
Honestly, I think what you guys are doing right now is called nitpicking.
Well, I'm trying to
honestly, I didn't really mind it. I thought this was a lot more not better than his head looks like a penis.
I don't mind the sword one as much, Jacob. I really don't. I see where Dragon's coming from with it. I do kind of like towards the end. It's like there's a reason why we don't. There's a reason why we're using this image for the nudity gags, because I just wouldn't feel right, like, having a skin, like just all the bare skin on Ashi. It's just like, I don't know. Like I said, it's just like, it's not that she isn't a beautiful woman or anything. It's just like the character is so strong that I feel like having a gag that's that much like, oh, look at how hot and sexy she is, and look how funny it is that Jack's distracted by that. It's just kind of like it takes away from what we love about the character to me a little bit.
Honestly, I don't think it takes away anything at all.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm not trying to be like a soapbox or anything. It's just kind of.
Well, again, what I'm getting at with the episode, just in that opening, in kind of the tiger fighting, it's again, we start that scene, we're doing some cliches and it's just really forced stuff, and then in the middle of battle it's like, okay, like they're noticing they're kind of accidentally touching each other while they're fighting alongside each other. That to me I like better, versus like elements like we have like kind of the la 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 music playing, that weird kind of sappy chorus playing, and I know that's still playing during that battle, but I'm saying like it feels like, okay, we're really shoehorning in like there's we're getting to that uncomfortable, awkward humor. And that, to me, personally, that's not my taste. And I'm not holding that entirely against the episode, but I'm saying it's executed better in some places.
It kind of feels like, like even though they can do this kind of humor on Adult Swim, doesn't mean they necessarily should.
Yeah, but I love it when they're doing kind of there's this brilliant logic that they hit upon, and that's the direction of all this stuff I really like they're going in. I wish there's more of this in place. I wish they just stuck with this instead of kind of adding some tongue-in-cheek stuff here and there where it's... I like kind of this idea of what fuels the attraction. That Ashi, again, she's never... Basically, the crux of the relationship, she's new to feelings, period. She's new to these feelings for Jack. She doesn't quite understand them. He changed her viewpoints in a fundamental way, and he cares for her when no one else in her life has. Jack on the other side of it. He's been so focused and kind of devoid of hope like this at the beginning of the season. He's never had time for love. And, of course, Ashi literally saved his life, kind of got him back to his old self. She's really key in that. So, again, that attraction's building, and they're kind of courting each other like young kids in love. And that's like they're kind of noticing, oh, man, she's touching me. My heart's racing like 1,000 times a minute instead of when I'm punching this guy. So that to me, where they're hitting the sweet spot for him. But again, the battle part of the scene, is really, this is great. It's really sweet. I want these two kids to get together. Oh, ain't that cute? We get a bunch of ain't that cute moments.
We do.
And again, that's it. And the moment we open the episode with the faces are really close to each other. Again, that's it's we can either imagine ourselves being there or we have been there. It's you can cut the romantic tension with a knife. Those are those sweet moments.
Mm-hmm.
And later in the episode, I guess we'll go to kind of the Shangri-La shot.
Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the only reason I brought this up is just because I really enjoy this this art style. My grandparents actually have a bunch of these paintings hanging around my house.
Yeah, you're right, Dig. These scenes are quite beautifully kind of rendered. Now, again, they're really kind of tranquil. They're kind of getting a little bit of romance before we get in kind of this weird kind of, again, cool, kind of alien-esque kind of Alien meets Blade Runner meets 2001 stuff later on. But
the environment, the city is Blade Runner, the creature is Alien, and then the spaceship is 2001.
Yeah,
you're right. It is a big amalgamation. Yeah. Jacob.
As I said earlier, MC Escher meets H.R. Giger.
Yeah, very true, very true.
I saw it was I think it's Geiger, isn't it?
Technically, it's pronounced. Technically, he preferred it to be pronounced Giger.
Yeah, I think it's Giger. Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that.
I can confirm that.
Because I always thought, I think we all just kind of assumed it was Geiger kind of, but no, Giger.
I mean, honestly, he didn't mind people saying Geiger, but technically he did say his name was technically pronounced Giger.
Okay, I've learned something today. Anyway, with the bonding, I just want to mention, I just kind of lost my mind with this really silly thing. Well, we're going to bond the wicker hats was yes, Jack's got a head again, yes!
I don't think Baby Groot would appreciate that.
I know he wouldn't, but still, I just thought it was really, oh man, Jack's got the hat again. He made Ashi a little.
Yeah, I hear you.
A little wicker hat. Yeah, that's a nice little symbol of how kind of they're bonding. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this alien, man. This is Oogie Boogie meets a xenomorph.
Yeah, this is Lazarus 42. Now, Now, initially,
92. Is it 92 or 42?
No, I think it's 42.
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I could have sworn it was 42 because I think 42 kind of struck out to me. Because it doesn't matter. The point is, Lazarus, whatever the Lazarus kind of poisonous leech creature. So this here's the thing. Initially, I wasn't really super wowed by it, and I still have some. Here's the thing. It's this big old cool looking prison that we get the cold open for, this mysterious kind of a rectangular prison lands in our kind of our Sahara Arabian desert sort of location. And at the beginning, they're kind of very 2001-esque kind of discovery.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and of course inside they get all the stuff we just kind of mentioned with the Giger stuff. And initially I was thinking, well, where are the other really cool prisoners in this thing? It's all deserted. I guess they all escaped except for this one. It's kind of hard for me to buy. Like this whole prison is devoted to one, but that's left a little vague. But initially I wasn't really wowed by it because the thing was okay. It was all built around one creature. And this thing's like a huge deal. But then it kind of occurs to you that this is really interesting. It's like a very interesting threat that even kind of surpasses what Aku would cook up. Because if this thing, I know Aku didn't cook this up, but at least we have no indication of that. But think about this threat. We've never had a threat like this in Samurai Jack, just like a bunch of little leeches that if these things got out, they could spell doom for the world. I mean, again, they can poison people all across the globe.
Yeah, it's like they're kind of like just the mass form of it is sort of like a hive mind in a way, and it's like, just gets bigger and bigger. It's a very like I don't know, leeches and like insects in general are kind of like a phobia for me. Like leeches, spiders.
I hate flying insects personally, and I can't stand them.
Like fireflies and stuff like that.
In general, I don't trust insects that fly.
I personally have a fear of bees.
Oh yeah, bees is a big one too, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh God, not the bees! I'm sorry.
Of course, I mean we have to see that really realistically done bit where again, like one of the poisonous leeches, it jumps up on Ashi and like bites her leg, and Jack, again, we actually address this for once. He actually has to suck out the poison. Again, it's a dangerous, like time sensitive thing. It's spread. It's gonna kill her. But yeah, it's really cool. They kind of make all these different ominous faces. We have they kind of form and make a whole bunch of different looking creatures. I mean, there was a cool.
Me of the tech in Big Hero 6 a little bit.
Kind of like the microbots.
Yeah, a little bit. Kind of.
I kind of see that. I kind of see that.
Just like the multifunction of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as we said in this scene too, is we have a lot of great design work as we've kind of hit upon kind of what it reminds us of, and basically it's kind of this neat idea of it turns into like this infinite space once you're inside this really kind of set cube-like environment. We also get like a really cute bonding gag between Jack and Ashi. It's like Jack's about to help her go down, and she's does it with ease, and he says, "What? What did you say?" He's about to say, "Be careful," and she's already down there. Never mind.
It's like Ashi, like all of a sudden, like Jack is like super concerned for Ashi and just like being like overly protective of her.
And again, it's kind of like he's a schoolboy in love.
Right.
Now, speaking of which, let me tell you one of my favorite scenes in the episode. So
okay, go ahead.
Short of the ending, which we'll get to. I love I nicknamed it the Roomba stuff because it looks exactly like a Roomba, like the device that stops Lazarus 42, protocol device, the emergency protocol weapon. So I love them going to the weapon vault, which in itself is cool. A lot of little Easter eggs. There's a batarang on the wall of weapons, which I dug. I don't know who put that in there, but thank you. But regardless, I always love just kind of the tech and the gadgets and everything. I just love this idea that so Jack runs across thing, and Jack's he's used the tools available, yes, and as we've seen in the beginning of the season, he's picked up weapons. He's probably defeated enemies and kind of taken. Right. For himself. So again, this is kind of a new one. He's never really had to deal with kind of really high tech stuff, and the fact that he doesn't really he doesn't know the access code because, and this is the level of it I really love it. I don't think really gets talked about. I haven't really seen it really talked about when people are doing reactions and stuff. But I love that he's in a way. So as we're getting kind of a Sigourney Weaver-esque. Well, I don't mean just Sigourney Weaver in terms of alien. I just mean Sigourney Weaver in terms of like kind of Wall-E, just kind of our computer program telling walking Jack through the deactivation code or something. And this is okay. When Lazarus 42 is affected, you grab this device, and the activation code goes such as, and then she blasts the wall accidentally with a weapon.
right. And it's totally like he's just like, oh no, it's okay, it's fine, and it's just like that stage of relationship where it's like nobody can do any wrong. Like this person's just like perfect and godlike in their eyes. You know what I mean?
One that's instantly instantly funny. Just the editing of that. Because then he turns back and is like, and now you've successfully completed.
Oh God!
Then you should like something along lines. Then the thing will be, and Lazarus 42 will be defeated. And then it's like, wait, what? I need to hear it again. I love. It's like it's a very small little subplot or something. I guess just the idea he's trying to spare Ashi's feelings for screwing everything up. And as when all things go to heck, and I just love this moment that this all builds to, just She's armed with this really cool shield and like a spinning blade. And then what are you armed with? A weapon that is designed to defeat the creature. And she says, yes, we are ready for battle. And then he just looks like he's so he looks so unsure of himself. It's like, oh, poor Jack. That's where it hit me, is the sweetness of the episode. Oh, they're in hot water because of Ashi, but he's not going to tell her that. He's going to make the best of it.
That's you know what? I'm really glad you brought that up, Dragon. That's a really, it's kind of like a very real world situation. You know what I mean? Just very amplified by this craziness going on.
Yeah, and the payoff I thought was really lovely. Where and I love that he doesn't like kind of hide this, or she doesn't get like really offended. Like, oh, this person I looked up to and just like I've been looking to is like the skilled guy through all this is botched this. No, they do it really nicely. Which is, well, maybe I could try. And he hands, okay, he hands it to her, and it's a really nice little payoff. Like, oh, if you can help, by all means, help out, please.
Right. So let's talk about the. I'm sorry, Jacob. Go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought I heard you. But... Okay, let's talk about the ending. Let's build to the, of course, the big climactic moment. Oh my God, it got to a really intense point with all the leeches, man. Jeez.
Yeah. Yes. I was on the edge of my seat, like while that was going on, just like, oh my God, they're being devoured by, like, they just got it working. Like, of course, we know they're gonna be fine. There are 2 more episodes left, but again, it's like you don't realize that in the moment. It's like, oh God, because they were
the last 2 episodes are the Scotsman and his army taking down Aku.
Yeah, it's just the fact that they're like drowning in these poisonous leeches, and we saw it happen when one got to Ashi. I love that they kind of set up the cost there, and like, thank God, whatever happened when they got zapped, like we saw the liquid kind of get cured or diffused or whatever. It's getting like kind of melted, so it doesn't get in their skin, I guess.
It's like once they die, the poison stops being effective.
Yeah, thank God for that. I was on edge, like, oh God, they're gonna be all mangled and.
Admittedly, that is kind of a cop-out, but it still works.
Having said that, I think the way that the bugs were actually defeated was, like, both brutal and, like, very painful for Jack and Ashi because they're, like, stuck to their bodies. You know what I mean?
They're getting getting the crap zapped out.
Yeah,
they're stuck there. They're trapped in a sea of them. So it's thank God we saw that in episode. It was 5. Episode 5, Ashi, she has a tolerance for getting zapped, as we saw. I mean, she endured all that torture from that one guy.
Oh,
I mean, of course, Jack's been around the ringer. Thank God they've been kind of skilled in the art of zappy torture.
Oh God, right. Okay, anything else to go over before we get to the final moment?
Let me see if there's anything. We already addressed kind of the just to say the line there. There's a great bit with the specificity of the gi.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
When Jack hands Ashi the robe, and
I mean, as much as I don't like the nudity gag, this is a very funny gag in the middle of that. So it kind of makes up for it a little bit.
And let's address like one positive from that.
That,
again, it feeds into the idea. Jack can be the most
totally
confident.
Distracted.
Yeah, it's the fact Jack can be the most confident during battle, but like these little things are the things that throw him completely off his game. That's kind of I get where the comedy's coming from on that. But I tell you, what just boils down for me is less the nudity itself, because it's not bad for it. I'm saying the nudity itself is bad. I'm just saying Ashi's not a pain to look at. I would say that much. But the point is. The line for me, there's what just boils it down. Just really, every time I watch it, it just sends like a cringe down my spine.
Okay.
Oh, God, this isn't right. Just with the face. I don't know what. Jack has this weird kind of front.
Serious Dragon.
It really does. Honestly, it's the most embarrassed I feel watching Samurai Jack.
Oh man! Wow!
It really hurts me every time I watch the episode. Just when Phil LaMarr again, he's playing kind of the awkward humor, which I'm not super crazy about already, but
you don't like Phil LaMarr awkward humor?
I'm saying in places I think it works better than others. Like, he's kind of like he's a schoolboy in love. But I mean, in this place right here, when he turns the camera after with the blade and everything obscured in the way, he looks towards the camera and says, "Ashi, you're naked." It's like the way I can't stand the way he says that line. That's the way. I don't know. It's the most.
I'm kind of siding with Jacob here a little bit. That didn't really stick out to me.
It's honestly. I know it's a taste. I'm just saying, for me, the way he delivered that sounds like the most un-Jack I've ever heard him ever.
Okay, but yes, the robe thing is very funny. Like, she's just like, what is this robe supposed to cover up? Like,
Actually, it's a gi.
it's a key. Oh, God.
That line's priceless, and again, I like the fact that she kind of addresses, okay, you're being kind of strange.
Yeah, right. Like, okay, you are just a little bit unhinged right now.
Again, she takes it in stride. She's kind of laughing it off a little.
Right.
Like, me, I'm not acting strange.
Oh, God. Okay, so shall we get to the big moment then?
The moment you've been waiting for, Tiki.
Yes.
Oh,
so-
yes. Oh, yes.
Nice. Here
Yep.
we go.
You wanted it to happen just by 2 weeks ago. You said, "I don't want this to happen." Last week, you said you wanted it to happen. Here you
It's
go.
called a character arc, Jacob.
Yes.
It's a podcast character arc.
So, can I walk you through my reaction to this scene?
Sure.
So, now, Tiggy, you should remember some of this, but so again, I'm not really feeling the nudity gags. I'm like, okay, well, this episode overall has been really mixed on places. Again, I liked some parts of the opening. I was like, okay, I like the bonding, but then we're kind of doing some fan servicey stuff. And then, then after, like, they were kind of panting at the end, like, oh god, we were lucky to survive that. They looked to each other, and then, like, this scene is so well edited. So as much as I might be mixed on this episode, I absolutely adore this ending for many reasons. The main one that grabbed me, it's like, I love the song that they played.
Yes.
It's one of my favorites. I love it. That's why I remember I used this song when I did the pitch for Batman. This is the song.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
This is the song that I have Joker killing Jason Todd to.
Right. Oh God.
And I remember it's the brutal torture where he's playing it on the boombox from '89, and he's beating him with the crowbar and pieing him in the face and stuff.
Oh no.
But yeah, seriously, just this. I love just the pull of this, and I just love how Ramos into the thing. It gets me. I just love the edit of it, and so right after it starts, it's like, yes, this is awesome, all right. And then like it cuts to black, and okay, then we're gonna get Wachak, and we don't, because then we cut back to it's like a fan. It's kind of a very little meta thing. Like, okay, hey, we've never had this happy an ending with Jack, so we're gonna linger on for a little longer, and then okay, how can it get better than this? We're not even gonna have the Wachak. We're gonna have it playing over this,
Right.
And the credits. Like, oh god, because it's like, yay, Jack's in love and he doesn't care who knows it. Hooray!
Oh God.
Really nice. It's a really feel-good ending. So as much as I might be mixing certain elements of this, I can't take this ending away from it. This is a fantastic. I honestly, when I rewatched it, I keep rewatching this, and it's really fun.
Yay!
Final thoughts, gentlemen?
Well, what about promo and speculation?
Oh yeah, right. Really quick.
Promo is very simple. We're in the
the promo's very simple. Yes.
Well, this is the location of the Guardian. This is the Guardian's portal.
Okay.
Cool. I'm saying it's kind of a big deal. It's
Yeah.
Do you know who that is, Tiki?
Not really.
What do you mean? We went over this.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah.
Last time portal. He's in the
think
location of the last time portal.
Sure.
I think it was an episode in like season 2 or 3. I think it was 3, where it's like Jack went through a bunch of trials to come across this Guardian who is guarding this time portal. Who, after it's actually one of the few villains, actually not villains, but one of the few people to actually beat Samurai Jack in battle.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically got a notice from the time portal saying that it wasn't Jack's time. It's like, not yet, Samurai Jack. Not yet.
Just to boil it down, this is the big tease for how the series might end, because it's been set up that this is Jack, a path for Jack to go home, and he is destined to go to this thing, but when he's ready, when he had the beard and everything. So it's going to be interesting to see how they interpret that. So how close we're going to match up to it or not. So the point is, the Guardian's a big deal, and we're going to have it next episode because we're in the same exact location we were when that episode happened. So, speculation.
Do we think the Scotsman's going to show up in the penultimate?
Yes, I do indeed. Now, Scotsman, I fear, is going to do one of two things. One of two ways. One, the Scotsman is either going to point Jack to the Guardian, or he's going to more accurate. I'm saying just based on what we've seen, it sounds the second option makes more sense here. Where the Scotsman will point him to Aku, either at the beginning or at the end.
Okay, that sounds about right. Yeah, because he knows where Aku is. He just stormed the fortress. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm figuring that Jack's going to go to the Guardian, then he'll have the. I think the Scotsman's going to get to him either after the Guardian thing goes horribly wrong or not, and then just basically like, "Hey, Samurai, Samurai Jack, I know where Aku is."
You're like, hey, you aged well, laddie.
Yeah, something like that. I would love just to hear Scotsman's comments on Ashi, just like saying, "Oh, yeah, they said that."
Oh
To me
God!
seems,
Oh God!
because seriously,
What are you wearing? What is that pixie get up?
But seriously, it would be kind of. I do look forward to that because we've seen Jack interact with the Scotsman's wife. It's one kind of the same interaction. Scotsman realizing, "Oh, you ended up with a nice little lassie yourself, there, Samurai. Good for you."
Oh God!
Of course, I'm really hoping, and this is the reason I'm also mixed on this episode because again, all that Scaramouche Aku stuff I've been hoping for.
I know, right? I miss Scaramouche.
So I'm hoping they do that. If they don't do it in episode 9, I don't think they're going to do it. So I'm hoping they do it in.
Like, is that like literally the end of Scaramouche? Just him swimming away?
Well, he doesn't swim away. He sinks. Wait, no. Does he pop up or does he sink?
I'm pretty sure he pops up.
I swear he went under. Well, regardless, yeah. I mean, well, I'm hoping for your way. So okay,
right.
Hey, Jack.
Or maybe Scaramouche is just like the post-credits like bump at the end. Like, oh, I'm alive, babe.
I'm alive,
Never I
babe.
didn't survive the series, but your old boy Scaramouche did. Oh, yeah. And
Why does Jack get the Dean Martin ending and I don't?
And that transitions us into, now that Ashi and Jack are officially a thing, do you think it's more or less likely that Jack is going to die?
I'm very glad you brought that up, Tiki. Here's my
Okay.
theory on it. I think in episode 9 we'll hint upon this.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like the only reason you're doing this, Tartakovsky, is to set us up for something bad.
Right. Right.
Because you remind me, I want to bring this up real quick, something to kind of bear in mind with this episode, why this episode's kind of important. The origin, from what I've heard, the origins of Samurai Jack, Tarkovsky had a dream where he was basically in Jack's shoes, where he was, he was a hero. He he foiled a bad guy, and he then continued further adventures with a girl sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea, perhaps, is that Ashi is kind of fulfilling that kind of the initial dream that started the series, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying that kind of shows you we're getting close to the end because we're kind of getting to the inciting kind of origin of it, possibly. But regardless, I'm thinking in terms of I think the relationship that we forged in this, we confirmed, that Ashi and Jack definitely like each other, and of course they're building something there. I think we're going to raise the big question either at the end of 9 or in 9. Will Jack go back? Will Jack go back to the past? Now that he has Ashi, he's got to realize, and we're going to finally address this question, I think, if Jack has something that worth living for in the future, if he goes back, he's going to undo Ashi. And that's going to be a big question. So I think one of two things is going to happen building to 9.
It might end with like the whole series would be it'd be an appropriate arc to just simply end with Jack having the opportunity to go back but not taking it.
That's what I'm getting a sense that's where we're going with this. So it could go that way, where Jack, bonding, falling in love with Ashi, he decides not to go back so he can still kind of live in the future with Ashi, and after he wipes out Aku. So again, like he can turn the future into a better place, which is what kind of bonded he and Ashi together in the first place.
Right.
Or two other dramatic ways you can go about it. Ashi gets killed, so then he has nothing left, so he's just back on the path of the mission for episode 10.
Oh, jeez. Oh, damn. Seriously.
Which would be
Ashi
tragic.
Killed off in the penultimate? Oh, man.
Or really dark, really kind of sadistic to the audience. He makes the choice to go back to the past, and then he just kind of realizes before all time is kind of set forth and whatnot that he had to erase Ashi, and then of course that's where we ended, the timeline being reset.
Oh, God!
I'm hoping for the first option
out
out of the 3. I'm hoping for the first one, but I'm just saying those are 2 other possibilities. So 10, I think is pretty simple. We're going to get the Aku showdown in 10, and then Jack will make his choice.
Do you think 10 will kind of be like a kind of an homage to the first Jack versus Aku episode?
I'm definitely thinking so. We're going to homages. Again, if
honestly don't. In episode 9.
I'm sorry?
Maybe she might die in episode 10. Who knows? But because I'm checking the wiki, she technically is confirmed to have a voice role in episode 10.
Well, are you sure it's Ashi or just Tara Strong? Tara Strong's done a few voices.
Ashi. He's listed as Ashi.
I mean, I don't think they would take her out of the credits if she did die in episode 9. That's the thing. I think that'd be like TV shows do that a lot. Like they'll just.
It could always be like I think her voice could be in his head for all we know. I mean, again, she could be written in different forms.
I mean, it's possible, but anything could happen, or they could just be lying to us for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, look, I certainly don't want Ashi to die in episode 9. Absolutely not. But
Neither
that would,
Nope.
that would be tragic, though.
I'm just saying, imagine this. I mean, if Ashi gets killed, then Jack's going to be super pissed off at Aku going into the last battle. No,
That's true. That's true. He would be.
And imagine if Aku mocked him for it. Again, Aku, and like maybe it would weigh on Jack the arrogant, kind of the painful irony that Aku didn't even know that she existed.
Right.
All this stuff that's unfolded on Jack, all he had to endure, kind of killing people and then kind of falling in love with someone that tried to kill him, all that stuff, and Aku didn't even know any of it.
Yeah.
What?
Just mocking him during the fight, and then Jack would just go, "Oh yeah, it's a way to go." But hopefully, I'm hoping for the happy ending.
All right. Final thoughts.
Jacob,
Yeah, and I hope for a happy ending as well in this. I mean, I just know how I can just tell what he's thinking right now. Like he's totally setting us up. Like it's like, oh, we're reaching a high point, then just to set us up for something very bad to happen. I mean, I can just totally tell it's gonna happen. But let's just be glad. Let's just be happy for right now, and just be glad we have this ending for what we have.
All right. Dragon.
so again, still I'm a little. I was very mixed on them. I guess I'm a little mixed. I'm still just mixed in Europe because again, the episode's coming from a sweet place and the ending's perfect. But again, we had some forced elements and some kind of some forced elements and some forced humor. Kind of a. Again, it's kind of taking us out of the narrative. It just feels like kind of like a fun adventure compared to kind of our narrative link we've been building this season. So it feels out of place to say the least. So again, it'd probably be low in the totem pole, not because it's bad, just because it feels the most kind of non-story relevant, aside from just Jack and Ashi bonding, which again I know is important, but again, just kind of it doesn't.
We've gone through like 5 episodes of Jack and Ashi bonding at this point.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, bonding versus trying to kill each other. Trying to find.
Well, I think that started like around episode 3 or 4. I want to.
Yeah,
say.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But it's the best comparison I have is like with all the other Samurai Jack episodes. If I were to rewatch them, I'd run the risk of watching the whole episode just because I'm so sucked into it. Like if I were to rewatch episode 2 or 3, like I'm so sucked, and I gotta watch the whole thing. This one, I'd be watching the opening and the ending. That's pretty much what I'd be watching.
Right.
Again, it's like okay, a little the kind of the Winter Soldier-esque kind of the camel transport scene, then versus the fantastic Dean Martin ending. So again, that's kind of that's essentially what I'm saying. This has great bits in it, just the whole's not as cohesive as the rest of the episodes.
Yeah. Dragon, I think you summed up my thoughts very eloquently. It's a good episode. I mean, all the season 5 episodes of Samurai Jack are very good, but it's just kind of a little low on the totem pole compared to some of the progression we've gotten in the others. But still a worthwhile ride and some very, very fun, clumsily awkward humor on Phil LaMar's part. So that'll be it, folks. Until next time when we talk about even more
Samurai Jack. What Jack?
He's going to get back.
Back to the past.
Samurai Jack. Oh, wasn't it funny when our hands almost touched and they kept touching each other? Oh, yes, very amusing.